ain't melting.
Real quick, this is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, B'Tahakudah. Double honor to the elders and apostles
Yes,
who gave birth,
first.
and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. Hey, another reason why we call this man the devil, man. All right. Micah 2 and 1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity." Woe means destruction. Okay. And who devised iniquity? The authorities, right? The higher ups, the higher powers, right? Your congressmen, your mayors, your presidents, your rich elite, your bankers, right? Starting off with Esau Edom, okay, and these high bankers, okay. It says destruction to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Right? The scriptures say how they can't even go to sleep unless they coming up with some wickedness, man. All right? They don't even get a good night's rest unless they coming up with wicked ways, evil ways to disrupt the society, so to speak. Man. Okay, to slow people down, to cause people to fall, to stumble, to be in debt, right? To have to work, to have to buy food from them. You can't grow it. It says when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands, right? All night they've been thinking about, oh, how can we make it cold? How can we make the people this? Or, and then they come up with, oh, we got, harp and all these different uh, swords, right? All these different swords. And they say, oh, well, let's just put a whole bunch of heavy metals, okay, heavy aluminum, heavy lead, spread over the sky, right? And we can manipulate the weather, right? Geoengineering. We can cause it to snow. We can cause it to rain, right? We can cause the sun to magnify the heat on the earth, or we can cause the heat on the earth to be magnified, right? This is the devil that we talk about. This is why we call this man the devil. Okay, niggas ain't just calling this nigga the devil. And when we do videos on 2/3 of our people, yeah, we calling them the devil too. We calling them wicked, right? It says they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And, right? The earth is given into his hand. Okay, who else has the power, the technology, the science, the resources? Okay, what other nation has the resources and the power and the influence? Okay, that Esau Edom has, that America has. No other nation. This is definitely talking about the wicked. Verse 2, and they covet fields. Okay, isn't that what you say Russ is doing? That's Esau, right? They just doing what's natural. The same way DJT is doing with Venezuela. He's just doing and talking about with Greenland. He's just doing what's natural. says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man. Okay, this is a form of oppression. Okay, where's the water from this? Where's the liquid that's supposed to help fertilize the earth, right? Where's the H2O in this? So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, man.
After 64 years of living in Texas, he's never seen ice like this.
Get right over here, son.
I'll show them what we did right there. Look what we did.
So we tried to heat the top up to melt the ice off the top of my garage area right here. We're going to see if we can't melt this snow, because nothing's coming off. And we're just going to use plain old gas first.
It's normal every year that they would use a method like this to melt ice around their property.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Put some oxygen to it, like
Many people will say, oh, you've never lived in the Midwest and experienced a winter there. But this guy lived in Texas all his life, and he knows.
That's crazy. I mean, it's melting it now. Okay, there it is. You have to put an enormous amount to melt this snow. And even then, it's having problems.
Yeah. He's having issues right now trying to melt.
That's insane.
He should just be turning the water.
Manufactured snow. Manufactured ice. That's insane.
Hey, 2 Corinthians, man, chapter 2 and verse 11, it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man." All right? We're not ignorant of this man's devices. We know that this man has weaponized everything. Okay, we know that his blessing is the sword. We know that he's coming down with great wrath. Okay, and we know he's going to pull everything out of his little bag. Okay,
You're cutting holes at it right now.
That's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like, we should have been getting ice all off there. It should have been done within a matter of minutes.
I'm not around these environments that often, but to me, this looks very strange.
I've never seen anything in 64 years like this. And my daddy was here, he'd tell you the same thing. When you stick that kind of heat to an ice cube, it should just melt. Okay? This stuff ain't melting.
That's crazy. That's insane.
This stuff ain't melting.
After 64 years of living in Texas, he's never seen ice like this.
Get right over here, son.
I'll show them what we did right there. Look what we did.
So we tried to heat the top up to melt the ice off the top of my garage area right here. We're going to see if we can't melt this snow, because nothing's coming off.
real quick, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 4. I'm going to start at verse 4. Right? Because this devil, he has to be taken out of the way, man. Right? It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? Right? Who is the oppressor? Okay, who has the world been given to? Who has the power the know-how, the resources, the will, right? The nuts to geo-engineer a winter storm, man, a winter blast. This is a real winter storm. Well, this ain't a real winter. It ain't water. But all of the snow that this man has dumped is crazy, man. Right? Who has that ability to do that? It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. This is the golden city, America. This is the place that has all of the power, all of the glitz and glamour, right? All of the nations want to come here, right? Oh, you know what, Salaki? I want to start at verse 2, right? Isaiah 14:2. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, okay, whose captives they were. Whose captives were the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? All nations, for real, but we're talking about Esau even, right? It says whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. So let's keep going, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrows, right? Rest from this devil, man. All right, this nigga causing all kind of shit on the earth, man. Turning things upside down, man. Right? What the crops gonna look like? If this ain't water, what the crops gonna look like? What the grass gonna look like? It says, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Right? You can't tell me this ain't hard bondage under this devil, man. This nigga he'll make it rain and it won't stop raining. Right? All of the fucking different videos and articles we've seen of different states and cities and countries just being flooded, people being washed away, cars and houses, right, being washed away. This is a hard bondage, man. Verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked. This is the wicked that's ruling the earth. Okay, and the Lord is coming back to break his power. It says, and the scepter of the rulers. Who is this talking about? It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, man. This nigga continually doing shit. If it ain't a snowstorm, it's a tornado. If it ain't a tornado, it's a hurricane. If it ain't a hurricane, it's a flood. If it ain't a flood, it's an earthquake. If it ain't a quake, you hear me? It's with a continual stroke, man. He who smote the people in wrath. Why? Because this man was created to do that. He was created to be the wicked. He was created to kill, steal, and destroy. Right? He was created crooked. The scripture says that the soul that is in him is not upright. Right? He was created to be this, to be the balance, to be the sword. He that ruled the nations in anger. Okay, he is the hammer of the earth. He rules the world, man. And persecuteth and none hindereth. Don't nobody who stopped this man from going over there to Venezuela, man. Nobody. Who the fuck gonna stop this nigga from going to Greenland? Nobody, man. He's showing you he's the devil, man. Verse 7, it says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing, right? This is the future, the very near future, when this man is taken out of power. Right? This is a prophecy. These are prophecies. Right? When this man is taken out of power, everything is going to be happy. Everything. It says the whole earth is at rest. Right? This nigga don't get the land a rest. He don't get fishing a rest. He don't give hunting a rest. He don't get nothing to rest, man. He all gas, no brakes. It says, and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Why? Because the wicked has been taken out of the way. The cancer of the earth, right? The physician with no value. Okay, he has been taken out of the earth, man. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, since this devil, okay, and everybody that's white ain't white. I'm not saying about him. He definitely like the fucking Edomite. All right, but looks can be deceiving. I'm just saying. I just want to throw that in there. It goes back to the seed line of your father, whatever your father is. All right. It says, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us, man. Okay, even the trees is gonna be happy, right? The plants, the bugs gonna be happy. Okay, the fruit, right? We look forward to this, man. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, right? Because this man is going down. Destruction is coming to Babylon, right? The scriptures prophesied, and the Lord said that his word will not return unto him void, right? The scripture also said that the counsel of the Lord shall stand. So these things are definitely going to happen, man. It says, it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Right? Everybody is looking at this place. Everybody taking a look at America. Right? Everybody knows the problem of the earth. Okay, he pushes poison. Hence the reason they don't want America's policies in their land. They don't even want Americans over there. Right? You take one fucking badass apple from America and take it over there, what you think will happen to everybody else? All right, but I just want to do something quick on this, man. Hey, Lord willing, you edified.